Yeah, but the blue eyes, man, I still can't
The
forget
blue eyes.
blue eyes, blonde hair. Oh my god, this is not recording, right, Raymond?
We Marvel remote. We Marvel remote. Open a remote.
Malaysian boys can't relate. At this point, Muzam and also Raymond's like, what's with us? We're nice looking too.
No man were harm in the making of this video.
Like 0.5 seconds.
Raymond and I, we were like smoking.
Yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of our podcast. And if you are not yet subscribed already, please do so. You are always welcome to support this channel. And we have three wonderful speakers over here. We have Glory, Effa, and also Muzam. Today's topic, however, will be interesting because it is going to touch some topic that isn't really that foreign, but maybe foreign to you guys, if you get what I mean. So the topic for today will be, how would you react to a foreign student or being in a foreign country? Interesting. So let's see. Who wants to start first?
Alright, so I'll start off. You can introduce yourself first and then you can answer this question. So have you met any foreign students and have you had a conversation with them? Muzam?
Hello, hi, I'm Muzam. And meeting foreign students, like in real life, I don't think I have ever met any, but virtually, yes, yeah, of course.
What was it like? What was the question again? It was about reacting, right?
Yes.
How would I react to them, right?
And yeah, it's very nice to basically like interact with people of completely different backgrounds, different upbringings, right? And it's nice to know what they think about their opinions and stuff like that, of course. And yeah, overall it's very nice. But however, several foreign students, right? This is I'm kind of starting off this conversation with in a negative way here, like from some of my friends' experiences, in university students wise, right? Like in group works,
Most of their experiences with having foreign students in their groups is generally usually they have really bad experiences in general. So yeah, but I myself have never yet encountered such a thing. So I kinda still have hope for them, I guess you can say like that. Yeah.
Let's hope for the best, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, let's hope for the best.
And I think I can relate to Muzam with that because it's like back in semester 1. I think Prita remember this for our entrepreneurship course.
Please.
Yeah, because when we have international students, especially like mine, I have a one person. I actually had one person that is in my group when we are actually on sales, when we're doing this and that for our projects. And it's very hard because she's from China. It's not to say it's hard because she is not cooperative. She is very cooperative. It's just that the language barrier is there. Like me being a Chinese that does not speak fluent Chinese, speaking to a person who only speaks Chinese is like a brick wall, and you're trying to talk. It's not really a fun experience. However, thank God Google has a translator. So with that, at least the message gets through. So I understand the thing that Muzam is trying to say in terms of like the difficulty of actually trying to communicate, the difficulty of trying to relate to them, right? Especially if it's terms of language or cultural backgrounds. So these are the things that should be considered. It's not really a bad thing, it's just considered a challenge, especially here in Malaysia when you're not used to working with foreign people yet. So I think it's a bittersweet relationship in terms of it's good, it's a new experience, but learning that experience is it's going to be a challenge lah. But other than that, I have to agree with Muzam as well for that part lah. It's true.
So
moving
most
on.
of the time, Muzam met foreign, to say students or people, via online. And come
Yep.
again? Oh, that's true then. So Glory, Eva, have you like encountered a foreign student? I mean, you're in semester 6, am I right? So, oopsie. I mean, UPSI is known to have foreign students. And like, have you met them and like had a conversation with them? Just a small conversation, hi, hello, or something along those lines.
For me, yes, of course. I've met like a lot actually of international students. Like they're in our batch, and for me, like how I react or rather like how I feel about them. Like when I first encountered international student, since I'm a very like social person, so I love to approach them first. So in my thoughts is like this: like they are new to this, like to Malaysia, so everything is new to them. They are new like to the environment, and also like when I approach them, like my thought like how I think is that I want them to feel included. So my first international friend was actually like in our class. So what I did was, okay, I bawa them like go and eat and hang out, like just to let them feel included. And that one international friend of mine, I'm like, to be honest, honestly, I'm really like proud of her, since we've been together like from semester 1 and semester 6. You can really see the improvement. So like what Muzam said just now, maybe it's true for some, but then for some international students, it's quite different. Like actually it's based on the individual, I guess. It's not like because they are international student or because it's not because they are international. It's just like based on like the individual itself, whether they want to learn or not, whether they are taking it seriously or not, I guess. So because that one international student, yeah.
So you're saying like it's more to personality, that person's personality itself. Okay.
Because that friend, like that one friend of mine, like I think Glory knows this person. Like you can really see the improvement in terms of pronunciation, like her contribution in group assignments. So like you feel like really proud, like seeing her growth, I guess.
I guess you had a very good experience, Eva. Glory, have you came across such an experience like Eva's?
Well, I'm not. I can't remember which semester it is. I think it's semester 4. Yeah, right before the pandemic. I actually I had a volunteerism that course, and the whole class is actually for international students, and the reason why I joined that class is because there's no other class that are available for me to join in. So I'm like, you know what, just go in. And the first thing, I'm not going to lie, the first thing that I thought of when I entered that class is that how am I going to connect with them? How am I going to, find group mates? Because we have this stereotype that they won't be able to understand us because they are international students. So I was there, and like at the same time, I'm like, oh gosh, this is such a terrible thinking. But somehow it got me to think that, oh wow, I'm in Oopsie, but somehow I'm a foreign student also in that class, because everyone is foreign students, and I'm there, a local, but because that class is specifically for international students, I'm like, oh, so this must be what it feels like to some, because this feeling of not familiar with the situation just because the people around you are not the people that that we are used to. So there was thinking that, oh, I'm going to be the only local students, but apparently there are a lot of local students also, and I got to reconnect with them. I mean, not reconnect. I mean, I got to talk with them, and a lot of them are actually, how to say, they are quite talkative when they are in their own circle. So you can see here that imagine yourself going overseas and study, and you become the foreign student there, and then of course the first thing in your head is how are you going to fit in, because the people around you are not, yeah, right. So yeah, it's just a really eye-opening moment for me, because people around me keep on reminding me to be careful with the people you're going to be friend with, especially for assignment purposes. You don't want to flunk your assignment, right? So yeah, that's an experience with foreign students that I really cherish, because it really changes my perspectives in terms of how I perceive them.
So before we proceed further, just real quick, Glory, was the experience with them in that particular course itself, was it okay? Did you have fun?
You know what? I don't really get to experience like a full semester with them, because afterwards it's already online class, damn pandemic. But yeah, I get to talk with them because it's volunteerism, so we are supposed to go to places and volunteer, right? So I, as a Sabahan myself, I don't know how to like tell them that I'm also foreign to this Semenanjung Malay Semenanjung environment, and to find places to volunteer. So of course I'm like, oh, you can't really depend on me, but they are depending on me because this is not their country. But yeah, it's they are really trying, because they are very approachable also. But to some point, I really have to say that you need to be the person to initiate sometimes, because you are the local student. Of course they look up to you, and they rely on you because you're the local here. So of course, if it's the other way around, if I'm in their shoes, I would probably do the same. If I'm somewhere overseas, and if I'm lost or somewhere, of course the first thing in your head is to ask a local, right? So yeah.
I mean that's a very good kind of explanation. Yes, they rely on us in a way, and also when you're meeting someone for the very first time, and yes, it's a bit awkward, right, between two parties. But then I think we as the locals, we should put ourselves in their shoes and then try to initiate the conversation, and then try to make them feel at home. So it's just like how Glory explains just now. If we go to a foreign country, we would feel, what am I supposed to do here? Who am I supposed to ask? Or just all those WH questions just comes through your head, But then when you think about that, you feel sorry for them in a way. I mean, you feel sad. They're in a new place. You're doing your best to make them feel like, hey, it's fine. We're here. We'll help you. Right? Talking about first encounter with a foreign student, I had one. Mine was very funny, to be honest, because I've never seen face to face. I did my diploma back in UPSI as well, so I had quite the number of meeting them for number of times. And this once I remembered very clearly is, you do know our what they call that? Our library has few floors, right? And we have the ground floor, first floor, second floor, and so on. I was going up to the second floor using the staircase, and that kind of platform where you already go up one stairs and then you have to a flat platform before you go up to another. So that is actually a way going up to the second floor. So I'm on my way up the second floor, and when I look through that, just right down, I see the first floor, and it's right opposite this kind of room. It's like a study room, just a small little study room. So I saw this foreign student. He came out and then he looked at me. We both made eye contact. It was very weird. And then he was so smooth with it. He was like, "Oh, hi." I was like, we're in the middle of a library, and he's just like, "Hi," with his hand up, and then he was like, "How are you?" And I just looked at him, and he's like, in my head, it was going, do I know this guy, or have I met him? And me being like, I'm a social person as well. I'm very extrovert, not very, but kinda. So I just looked at him and I was like, "Hi, how are you? I'm good. What are you doing?" And then he's like, "Oh, studying. Are you here with friends?" Like we had this like short conversation. He's like, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm with friends. Are you alone?" And then he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right, good luck. Good luck studying." And he's like, "You too. All the best." And then I just proceeded upstairs, and then he said, "Okay, take care," and then he just left. It was so weird. Like I've never met you, and all of a sudden he's there. "Hi, how are you?" Like, did I lost a brother or something?
So it might have been a case of like Romeo and Juliet.
No. No. I mean, because my friend was right beside me, so he did the same thing. He's like, it was so nice. He was like,
drama moment.
oh my.
Exactly, I was about to say that. Like, it's like K-drama. Like, oh my god. Like, Preta, do you remember him?
No, I don't know him. To be honest, I don't know him.
Good.
But then he was very nice, to be honest. So my friend was beside me, and several of them were there, and they were very confused. They were like, "Have you met the person?" I was like, "No, it's my first time," and the guy is so good. Like, where have you seen a person who comes and then just randomly says, "Hi, how are you? How's your day?" I don't get that from our locals. But around TESOL students, we're the very social bunch, I would say. When we meet each other in the elevator, and we'll be like, "Yo, what's up?" Right? That's something that I've come with TESOL students. But I've never had the one with locals doing it to the foreigners. It's usually the foreigners doing it to us, like, meet us somewhere, "Hi, how are you?" Not always, but sometimes. Alright, that's one encounter I've been through. And our topic does go around another way, which is, what about you being in a foreign country? So my first question is, have any one of you been overseas before? Overseas doesn't mean Sabah, Sarawak. Even though it's literally over the sea. That doesn't count. So like overseas, really overseas. A different country.
I see Glory.
I see Glory.
Yeah, Glory
I've
went
been-
to a trip.
I've been-
Like, yeah.
Alright, Glory, where have you
Yeah,
been?
I've been to Australia.
Ooh, Australia.
I've been to Melbourne, Australia.
Nice. You met kangaroos?
Yeah, just for a week.
Did you meet the kangaroos?
Yeah, what? Yeah, apparently they're like chickens there. It's everywhere.
Malaysia has chickens, they have kangaroos. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Muzam?
Oh no, me. I just stay at home in my basement, being alone.
Muzam has a basement, and I'm you thriving, man, in your basement.
Yeah, I just go to other countries through my internet and all.
So you're the type
Never
who use
actually.
Google Earth, then you go search
That can be
around.
counted.
Kinda. You know the thing is, I've actually done it once.
Wait, what?
You literally
Like
use
Google
Google Earth.
Free vacation, what? So, oh well.
Save cost. You need to pay
Yeah.
for transportation. You can just like scroll and like move around.
That's true.
That's one way to put things, huh? All you have to do is pay for your electricity bill.
And the internet.
Yeah. So okay. Let's just imagine. Eva, before that, Have you been to a foreign country?
No.
No. Okay. Let's just imagine that you're in a foreign country. Like I said just now, put yourself in the shoes of the foreign students. So,
Korea.
what will you feel like when you're there?
Okay, I want to start first. Like for me, like for sure I feel like I'm an alien, like in another country, in another world. Like this is where I will meet someone approaching me like how I said just now. So for me, right, like it's like like when you want to treat like to relate these two topics, if you want to treat someone like an international student, be that person that you'll meet when you are and you yourself is in a foreign country. So like if I am in a foreign country alone, like yeah, if I'm imagining myself in a foreign country, then like to be able to meet an individual that is like so kind to me, and yeah, there's not like it's not like any scammers and whatnot. That would be such a blessing. So yeah, be that person, guys.
So Eva's going to be that very nice person.
Yeah, in hopes
I
that I'll
mean,
meet
it's a good
person.
thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. How about Muzam? What do you think? You put yourself there.
I would like to add on a bit on the foreigners being here earlier, right? I think that
Okay, go ahead.
the one thing that I found plausible, like you can applaud the foreigners, is that they are here most usually they just here alone, right? Maybe some of them actually have one or two friends coming together with them. So like us, right, when we're registering courses, mostly we'll just meet the same person, same faces, even in different classes, right? But for them it's mostly just gonna be different person every single time. So it's they literally, I would say they literally have no comfort zone. Like they will need to adapt every time, right? So I think that is something that should be respected lah for on these foreigners. And yeah, regarding the question earlier on, if I am the foreigner in another country, I mean, in my mind, like maybe not realistically, right? In my mind, I would hopefully be just like Eva said, right? Like, you know, approach everyone, start the conversations and everything, just so that you can actually make connections and all with the locals there, right? And what was it? One thing I wanted to say. Oh yeah, regarding being in foreign countries, is that if you're there all alone and everything, right? I feel this is my just my personal opinion on this kind of thing, is that I would, considering my experiences as a Malaysian, right, in general, I would try, if say it's not an English country, right? It's like yeah, for example, like India, or maybe if you go to China and stuff like, right, Russia. So I would try to at least grasp their first language, right? Make it our third language. At least I would try to have the decency, I would say, to learn that, you know, at least the basics, so that I believe that will surely help in
The
nurturing,
communication between
having a two-way conversation with them, right? So yeah, just like we Malaysians, like if you see like foreigners talking in Malay, for example, right, we'll be like, oh, this person is very nice and everything, and the conversations and everything with them just goes very smooth. And yeah, that's my take on it lah.
That's actually very good, that you can relate yourself and relate in terms of how they would feel, and also put yourself in it. So I mean, that's a great thing. Like, they come to our country, they do learn certain basic words, hi, hello, and in Malay, and you know, we have to have that thing in us to, I forgot what's the word, you know, we just need to at least take the initiative. Found the word.
Found the word.
Yes. The initiative to actually learn a little about them as well.
Culture
You know,
exchange.
it's somehow indirectly a sense of respect.
Yes.
Okay, because we're trying, and plus we're also learning. It's a new thing for us. Everything's a learning experience. Am I right?
Yes, that's actually quite true. Speaking of experiences, going back to Glory, just want to ask, how was it like being in Australia?
Oh yeah, what did you feel like when you were there?
Yes.
And imagine yourself, you're a student and you're in Australia.
Yeah. Imagine being a student in Australia. What would you think is your experience? Like, what would your experience be in terms of, culture, maybe food? Who knows if you like the food over there for anything that you like what?
I can
what's
see
your
the
take?
glow in Glory's eyes.
Yeah, she's like yeah.
Yeah, she's like
Alright,
she
go.
has so many
glow,
things to
huh?
share.
I know, right? Go, Glory.
Go ahead, Glory.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
Glory.
Actually, I went there under our university. Wait, my dogs.
It's okay. She went. Did you go?
All right.
Under,
Oh my god.
did you go under student exchange program?
No, it's actually under Dr. Hashima. She
Ah.
actually planned the trip, and she wants students to follow, to follow her, I guess. So, but it's under the faculty at the end because we did receive our certificates after 2 years. So, yeah. My experience, right, from going overseas to Australia, we actually get to visit 2 universities over there. The first university is, if I correctly remember, it's the University of Victoria, and the University of Monash, if I'm not mistaken. Monash is actually in Malaysia. There's a branch in Malaysia also, right? So the actual university is actually at Melbourne. So yeah, I got to visit that places, the universities, and even visit the faculties over there. So I got to walk around, pretend like I'm a student over there. So if I truly imagine myself as a student studying in Australia, there's not much of a difference. There's not much of a difference in terms of the situation because it's still a university. People are still walking around like it's, like it's their own world. Like here, we all are thinking about how are we going to go to class A to class B and all that. So maybe because I was there as a visitor, so I could really see how, wow, it's really it's a university life, like how we are supposed to experience now. But sadly, because of pandemic, we got to have it online. But yeah, not much of a big difference. But in terms of social life, I have to say they are quite open. Yeah, they are quite open in terms of when we were there in one of the university, actually, University of Monash. They were having I wouldn't say rally or protest, but it's a Go Green club, and they were very vocal like what you probably see in the TV. They were chalking the walls, they were shouting, but at the same time not really shouting like save the earth like that, but like they are being very like how we are supposed to do when we want people to listen to us. So yeah, it's crazy somehow how they are allowed to do that on university ground, and no one seemed to be bothered about it, maybe because it's such a norm to them. But to us who are from Malaysia and over there just visitors and not the students, it's pretty new. So yeah, I would say the social life is different. So if you want to study overseas, you have to also study how their social life is, because as someone who is not sociable, I have to say I'm not that extroverted. So yeah, it was something that I would get worried of if I do have the chance to study overseas one day. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Glory did had, in a way she did go there as a student when you see it, because she did go through our faculty, she went through with our lecturer. Yeah, based on what Glory has been telling us, she had quite a good experience. I mean, we always want to go and then study overseas. I mean, we do have that little ambition, right, in ourselves, even though we are studying, doing our degree right now locally, but we do have that tiny little ambition in ourselves, like one day I want to go overseas. One day, all right, it's huge. Okay, I see you guys. Very, very big ambition to go overseas and study. Yeah, Eva, I see you. So, masters. Let's pray that you do your masters overseas. But to those who can't really, or to those watching, don't feel discouraged because I'm saying this, or any of us are saying this. It's just our personal opinion. You can proceed doing locally, in case there's so many local universities that will accept you. Feel free to join. And yeah, I think that's all for our podcast, to be honest. Everyone answered so well, and your experience was amazing, even though you have no first-hand experience to a proper situation, but you kind of put yourself in the foreign students in their shoes, and then you expressed yourself very well. I mean, thank you very much. I mean, if there is foreign students who are watching this, welcome to Malaysia. I'm sorry it's late, but if you're back in your home country, we hope you're safe, because the pandemic is one thing, and let's meet the students back again. We do miss Oopsie. We want to go back. We want to see our friends too. So we hope we meet them as well, like how they want to meet us. Let's just think that. All right then. Thank you very much. Thank you, Muzam. Thank you, Glory. Thank you, Effa. You guys were amazing. Yes, love you guys.
Love you.
Infinite love. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for imagining. Thank you for your experiences. We hope that this podcast is something that will help others. And just in case you have other ideas for our podcast, please do not text. Just comment down below. Don't text us. I mean, you can. Our Instagram pops up here and there, anywhere that our editor would like to put it. Anywhere. So yes, I think we will meet in the next podcast. Raymond, do you have anything else you want to say?
So far, actually, no. Because of the questions have been answered very well. I'm very sure that some would have would want to give experiences or maybe more insights into this topic. But since we only have that much time for today in our podcast, we cannot really push that far, right? So, not really much other to say that tonight has been a very productive night. It has been very good in terms of getting a lot of insight from you guys, getting a lot of info. And I think that this is something where to our viewers it would be very important, because it would make them feel like if they have the opportunity to actually go overseas, it would be something that's very nice, and it actually prepares them, they have to prepare for the culture shock, they have to prepare for talking with people and socializing, like how the foreign students here in UPSI have to do the same. So this has been quite good and very informative, and I hope that to any of the viewers out there that are local or even foreign, if you are watching this video, if you have anything in terms of topics that you want to actually talk about, or if let's say you want to share your own experiences, do feel free to actually subscribe. Of course, that's one. Then the other one is to actually just come and write it in the comment section, or maybe just email us. We will have a social media handle at the end of the video, and also we can add our email in the description as well.
That's true. And in case you want to answer the questions that Mozam, Glory, or Effa have answered, I mean, you maybe have a different opinion, you can go ahead and type it in the comments down below. All right, that's it for me. I mean, that's it from all of us.
Yep. So, Prita, do you want to do the honors for our signature closing?
All right. Thank you so much for watching our podcast. And as all we said on this channel,
English lah.